led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good.
Boxing fans are eagerly anticipating a showdown between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero, set for May 2025. This fight is one of the most highly anticipated matchups of the year, not just because it's a contest for the belts, but also due to the intense history and rivalry between these two fighters. Ryan Garcia, the former WBA Gold Lightweight Champion, will take on Rolly Romero, the current WBA Super Lightweight Champion. What makes this fight so fascinating is the blend of mutual disdain, contrasting fighting styles, and personal beef that has been brewing for years. Garcia's most recent victory came with a dominant 8th-round KO over Oscar Duarte in Houston, which proved to be a statement fight. This victory was significant not just for the win itself, but also because it marks Garcia's return to the win column after facing setbacks in 2023, including a loss to Gervonta Tank Davis and a controversial no contest against Devin Haney. His KO over Duarte was Garcia's 21st knockout in 26 career wins, a performance that reaffirmed his status as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. The fight itself was a showcase of his devastating power and sharp technique. Duarte, known for his resilience, couldn't withstand the barrage of precision punches that Garcia unleashed, ultimately succumbing to the power of Garcia's left hook, which is one of the most dangerous punches in boxing. For Garcia, this victory was more than just another addition to his record. It was a redemption arc after a tumultuous 2023. Despite suffering losses and facing personal challenges, including a 1-year suspension due to a positive test for Adderall, Garcia's charisma and fighting style have kept him in the public eye. Now, Garcia is eager to prove he's more than just a social media sensation. When asked about his future goals, Garcia didn't hesitate to name Rolly Romero as his next target. He declared, "I want Rolly. He's a great, aggressive, crazy dude. The lead up to this fight will be insane. He has the title technically, so let's do it." Rolly Romero, known for his brash attitude and outspoken persona, has built a reputation as one of boxing's most polarizing figures. His TKO victory over Ismael Barroso in May 2023 solidified his position as a champion, but came under controversy as the stoppage was deemed premature by many critics. Nevertheless, Romero thrives on chaos. His unorthodox fighting style, knockout power, and trash-talking prowess have made him a dangerous opponent for anyone, including Garcia. Romero has been vocal about his disdain for Garcia, frequently mocking him in interviews and on social media. In one interview, Romero remarked, "Ryan's all talk. He's not built for this. I'll send him back to Instagram where he belongs." The tension between Garcia and Romero isn't a new development. Their rivalry dates back to their amateur days when both fighters were rising stars in the boxing world. Over the years, they've exchanged insults, both verbal and on social media. Romero has often accused Garcia of being overhyped, calling him a pretty boy who lacks grit, while Garcia has dismissed Romero as a loudmouth who uses theatrics to stay relevant. In 2021, the rivalry reached a boiling point when Romero interrupted one of Garcia's post-fight interviews, challenging him to a fight on the spot. Security had to separate the two, and the incident only fueled the fire of their growing animosity. The back and forth between Garcia and Romero has only made fans more eager for the inevitable showdown. On paper, Garcia versus Romero seems like a classic clash of styles. Garcia is known for his lightning-fast hands, sharp counters, and precise combinations. His left hook is capable of ending a fight in an instant. On the other hand, Romero brings an unorthodox approach to the ring. His wild, aggressive nature makes him unpredictable, and his power is undeniable. Where Garcia relies on technique, timing, and speed, Romero thrives in chaos, often turning fights into brawls. This contrast in fighting style sets the stage for a truly intriguing battle. Garcia has already begun the mind games in the lead up to the fight. In an interview after his victory over Duarte, Garcia subtly questioned the legitimacy of Romero's recent injury, suggesting that Romero might be avoiding him. Romero, never one to back down from a challenge, responded in typical fashion, saying, "Ryan's scared. He knows he'll knock him out. He's just trying to make himself look good before I end his career." The trash talk between the two is sure to escalate in the coming months, creating a spectacle that fans won't want to miss. Meanwhile, another fight that has been stirring up debates is the potential rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Garcia and Haney were both set to appear on the same fight card in May 2025 in Times Square, New York City, with Haney scheduled to fight Jose Ramirez. However, rather than facing off against each other immediately, both fighters have chosen to take tune-up fights first. This decision has raised questions from fans and analysts who wonder why they wouldn't just face off again right away, especially considering their contentious history. Garcia's choice to fight Romero is seen by some as a safer option. Romero's aggressive but reckless style plays into Garcia's strengths, allowing him to capitalize on openings with his sharp counters. On the other hand, Haney's tune-up against Ramirez is considered a more risky gamble. Ramirez, a former unified champion at 140 pounds, is a tough opponent known for his high work rate and body punching ability. This fight will test Haney's resolve and could potentially derail the much-anticipated rematch if Haney fails to come out on top. The decision to take tune-up fights has sparked considerable debate. Some feel that Garcia's fight against Romero is a more straightforward one, given Romero's defensive vulnerabilities, which were exposed in his knockout loss to Isaac Cruz. Garcia, with his speed and precision, is expected to capitalize on these flaws. However, even though the fight might appear to be an easier path for Garcia, there's always the risk that Romero could come in better shape or catch Garcia off guard. Still, many believe that Garcia is the favorite going into this fight, given his technical prowess. On the other hand, Haney's decision to face Ramirez has raised concerns. Ramirez's pressure and aggression could exploit Haney's weaknesses, particularly after his loss to Garcia. Haney has never been known for his punching power, and his reliance on a cautious, defensive style could struggle against someone as relentless as Ramirez. If Haney isn't at his best, Ramirez could capitalize on this and pull off an upset, making Haney's decision to take such a tough fight a questionable one. As for the possibility of a future rematch between Garcia and Haney, boxing analyst Oladipo expressed concern about the risk of losing the much-anticipated bout altogether. He warned that while Garcia's fight against Romero might be seen as a safer option, Haney's fight against Ramirez carries a significant risk of derailing the rematch. The unpredictability of boxing, where even safe fights can turn into upsets, makes the future of both fighters' careers uncertain. Meanwhile, Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, another fighter who has been mentioned as a potential opponent for Garcia, offers a different kind of challenge. Unlike Haney, who relies on clinching and defensive tactics, Cruz is known for his relentless aggression and durability. Cruz has faced some of the toughest fighters in the sport, including Gervonta Davis, who couldn't put him down despite landing some of his hardest punches. Cruz's toughness and willingness to take punishment make him a far more unpredictable opponent than Haney, whose cautious approach has drawn criticism from fans. Cruz's most recent loss to Jose Rayo Valenzuela exposed some vulnerabilities in his style, but his relentless aggression and high-pressure tactics make him a difficult opponent for anyone. If Garcia were to face Cruz, it would be a true test of his chin and resolve, as Cruz's non-stop pressure would force Garcia to fight at a higher intensity than he might be accustomed to. For Garcia, this would be a battle of speed and technique versus toughness and aggression. Many fans believe that Cruz's style is tailor-made for Garcia to exploit, but they also acknowledge that Cruz is no easy opponent, capable of forcing any fighter into a brawl. As the fight between Garcia and Romero approaches, it's clear that there is a lot on the line for both fighters. For Garcia, this is his opportunity to prove that he's still one of the top fighters in the sport and that his social media presence isn't his defining characteristic. For Romero, it's a chance to solidify his reputation as a legitimate champion and settle his beef with Garcia once and for all. As both fighters continue to trash talk and hype up the fight, it's clear that the drama surrounding this matchup will only build until the bell rings in May 2025. The boxing world is watching closely as the rivalry between Garcia and Romero heats up. Fans are eager to see which fighter will come out on top in what promises to be a thrilling and intense showdown. With both fighters looking to prove their worth, this clash is sure to be one for the history books. Whether Garcia can use his speed and technique to outclass Romero, or if Romero's chaotic style will disrupt Garcia's rhythm, remains to be seen. What's certain is that this fight will be one to remember, and boxing fans everywhere are counting down the days until the big event.